Hello everyone, welcome to my craft room. I'm Wendy and I am the Laptray Crafter and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in North Devon. Today I'm going to make a card and I'm using the Scrappy Strip technique. Now this is something that has really been gathering pace over the last week or so. It was started off by the husband of a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and now it's just gone worldwide and gone berserk. So I thought I would show you how I made a card using this technique. Now I've already made one. Here it is, and you can see it's just strips of card or DSP, but you notice they're at funny angles. And then I've just mounted it all up together, and I think it's rather a pretty one. Now I'm going to make a plainer one today, but let me show you how you make one of these. First of all, you need a card base, and this I have done in Very Vanilla, and it's A4 cut in half and then folded in half, and that makes an A6 card. All right, then you need a piece of Very Vanilla again, and this measures 4 inches by 5 3/4. And then you need some card. Now I've chosen 3 pieces of card, and can you tell what my favourite colour is? Purple. They say when you get old you wear purple, and I love purple. So these pieces of card are not really scraps, but this is a way you could use up your scraps. As long as they are 6 inches long, then you'll be fine. Okay, now I've got a silicone mat because we're going to do some gluing, and I'm bringing in my very handy little mini trimmer, which is one of the gifts that you get if you join Stampin' Up during celebration, and it is sharp, boy. Now I'm going to start with the Highland Heather, and I'm just going to cut one strip first, and then I'm going to start to just cut at a funny angle. Can you see? I'm just moving them a bit and making funny little cuts. Now you can do this with any trimmer, but it's just handy if you've got one that's nice and sharp. Okay, I'll do one of slightly bigger one. Well, that's a bit too thick there, I think. Right. So let's swap to a different colour. Let's go Blackberry Bliss. Oh, look at this colour. Whoa, lovely. I'll do one more. And then I'm going to bring in Gorgeous Grape. I think out of all my the purples that we've got, I think this is my favourite. Oh, wow. I'd love a coat in this colour. Right, let's see how we go, see if that's enough. We can always cut some more if we need them. So I'm going to bring in my silicone mat, solely because I don't want to get glue all over my table, all right? And this is the piece of Very Vanilla. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering my pieces onto my piece of very vanilla. And that's literally all you do. So it's so really easy. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And I'm going to make sure the very first piece that I do, you need one edge at least that is straight. Alright, because you're going to have to chop off these little bits. So let's see. If I start to lay a few out, then we can see how we go. Oh, this is going to look lovely. Love the colour. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm just going to do them very logically, one after another. So let's put this one on. And I'm leaving a little gap so that you can see the very vanilla through it. Now we'll have a dark one. Let's turn that up a bit. And then we'll go back to the lighter one. Whoops. If you can get the little gap to be the same all along, then that's fine, but if not, don't worry. After all, they are handcrafted, and we expect a little bit of we expect them not to be like soldiers all in a row, don't we? And we'll have another piece of black. I'm going to put some of the, I think I'll have a thin bit at the bottom here, like so. Whoops. Okay, then we go back to the lighter one again. Cool, that looks good. I'm enjoying this. I think I'm going to have to chop some more of the gorgeous grape ones. Let's see how we go. Turn that up that way, I think. Now, can you see there? I didn't quite cover up that bit of very vanilla, but I'm not worried about it because I can always trim it down. So let's put a bit of another piece of Blackberry Bliss. Come on, glue, behave. And then I need another piece of the lighter. And you could do this with anything really. You could do this with pretty papers. You could do it with just plain card. You could do it with anything. And you could mix up several colours. Right, I need to have some more gorgeous grape. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, I've already got some there, look, they didn't take them off my little thingy here. So let's use some of these little thin ones. In fact, it'd be a good way to get out some of that designer series paper that you've not had out for a while and just have a go. Oh, no, I need a black one. Sorry, a Blackberry Bliss one, not a Highland Heather, so let's put that on there. We'll come back to that one in a minute. Okay. So now we'll put that little thin piece, whoops, on here. No, yeah, we'll put that like that. I'm making sure that that corner there. Okay. Okay, right. Right, I'm going to let that dry because I don't really want to get glue all over my trimmer. So let's just leave that to dry a bit and we'll do some stamping. Now, we're going to use this lovely stamp set. It's called Tags in Bloom, and this is a stamp set that you can earn for free if you make a purchase of £90, and you can see it has got lots in it. There are 19 little elements there, and I'm going to use this big one here first of all, and I'm bringing in my gorgeous grape ink pad. Let's get those out of the way, don't need those. Let me get I'll bring in a little protective covering for my table. Oops. And I'll also bring in a mat. Okay, here we go. Now, is that big enough? Yeah. This is the first time I've used this stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try it on this piece of paper. Oh, lovely, look at that. Right. Just about big enough, isn't it, that piece? So. Let's see whether I've done it. Because of course you're looking at me from above. Oh, that's not bad. Right, so I'm going to bring my snips out and I'm going to snip around this shape. And it's not a difficult shape to snip round. And as you know, when you're fussy cutting, you always move the paper. You don't move your scissors, so you keep your scissors pointing in the same direction and then just move the scissors. And I like to leave a little border around when I do fussy cutting. Not a huge one, but just a little border. Do you like fussy cutting? I must confess, I didn't, but I do find it quite a relaxing thing to do. I wouldn't like to do too much of it, but when I do it, I do like it because you're concentrating so hard on trying to get a nice, either a straight line or a curvy line, that everything else just goes out of your mind. Not that I have a lot in my mind. Here we go, nearly there. Okay. Lovely. Good, let's get rid of those bits. Got a little bin here that I can put them into. Now what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to bring in another piece of gorgeous, Fairy Vanilla, and I'm going to punch this shape. Now where's my punch? Now this matches this punch, so I need to make sure that the curvy bits are vertical to go in my punch. Okay. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Oh, fab. Now, shall I stamp my little greeting first? Why not? Then if I don't get it straight, which actually I'm not bothered if it's, I'm going to put it on the wonk. In fact, I'm just going to test this out. Yeah, lovely. That's good. I like that. I'm going to put it on the wonk. Just okay. I think my my ink pad needs a bit more ink in it. It's not. Okay, I think that's better. I'm going to have to refill it, which of course is one of the bonuses with our inks. We can get refills for them. So when you have a favourite, like this one is, you can carry on using it for years and years and years, for as long as you've got a refill. So let me bring in, I'm going to shut that down for the minute. And I'm going to bring my punch. Yay, look at that. Fab. And that will layer up onto there. Can you see? Nice, nice. Right, so I think we need to add a little bit of colour, don't you, to our flowers. So I'm going to bring in Highland Heather, and I'm going to use, for the green, what shall I use for green? How about Pear Pizzazz? Now I need another block, so let me get a block. I've got a drawer full of blocks, so let's just clear the decks a bit. Now I'm going to bring it in my Wink of Stella. I love Wink of Stella. It just adds just that little bit of glistening to your projects. Now what I'm going to do is I'm making sure I've got a fairly clean side to my my block, and I'm just going to literally tap and pick up a bit of ink. You don't need an awful lot, that should be enough. Close that before I stick my fingers in it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, oh, can you see, I'm just mixing a bit of Wink of Stella with my ink, and then I'm going to come along and I'm going to do some colouring. I'm just going to colour the flower, I think. Now I could use blender pens. There's actually some flowers that come in the stamp set, so you could just colour these with just stamping them, but I thought I'd do it this way. Add a little bit more here at the bottom here, and we'll have a bit more up here. I'm not artistic at all. I can't even draw a stick person, which is why I love stamps. because if you can't draw, you can always stamp. There we go. Right, I'm going to clean off my wing of Stella. And now I'm going to do the same with green. I'm going to leave that there for the minute, just in case I decide I need it. I'm going to get another and just pick up a bit of green. Now this is a new ink pad, so look, you can see how juicy that is. Again, putting a bit of green onto my wing of Stella, and then I'm just going to start to colour in the veins, I think, first while it's dark. And that looks like it's a bud to me, so I'll colour that in green. Okay, and then I'll go over those shapes. Pulling out the colour a bit. And don't worry if you go over the edge, that's absolutely fine. That's fine, I think. I think I've done enough there. I think I need something for the middle of the flower. Looks a bit odd being left white, doesn't it? Oh, let's have a little bit of let's have a bit of yellow. What should we have? Let's have some Mango Melody. That's not a colour that I've had out for a while. Oh. Right, let's have a bit of oh, it's not as dark as I thought it would be. Oh, what have I done with my wing of Stella pen? Oh, there it is. Duh. I think that needs a bit more. That's a bit better. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Just a little bit of colour. Pretty. Pretty. Oh look, I've got ink on my finger. I am such a messy person. Right, let's clean these off now. I've got my chamois here. Let's clean them on with chamois. Yep. This is only water, that's all it is. So, and you can put this in the washing machine, you can put it in, just wash it under the tap, and all of that colour, well, it won't all come out, but a lot of it will. In fact, I even bleached this because it had got very, very bad. There we go. Good. Right, so I think we might be ready to start putting our card together. So let's just get these out of the way and bring in our base. Oh, you want to see what it look? Whether I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see that? It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Not too much, but just a little bit of a sheen there. Okay, right. So let's peel this off of here, and because it's a silicone mat, it will peel off nice and easily. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip off some of these very long ends. Just a bit. Now, and of course, because they're all gluey, they're all stuck to my scissors, so I'll have to give my scissors a good clean, but that's fine. Much rather they were gluey than not used at all. Okay, so, and I'll just cut off some of these. Right, now let's bring in the trimmer again. Let's see whether, because what we need to do is, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my embossing buddy. This is an embossing buddy. If you've not seen one of these before, this has got powder in it, and it's what we use when we're doing heat embossing. But what I want to do is there's obviously some glue on my silicone mat, so I'm literally just going to go over this with my embossing buddy, and that helps take away some of the stickiness. Can you see the dust rising? That's fine. That's fine. Good. Keep that out of the way. So hopefully that will mean I won't get too much glue on my lovely. Now, let's see. What I'm doing is I'm lining it up, and because I've still got that nice straight edge, remember when we started I said keep one edge nice and straight. Oh. Don't you love the sound that paper guillotines make? Lovely sound. And even though this one is small, cool. Ooh. Ooh, it's trying to cut through too many pieces here. Oh yeah, it is. Ooh. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that with my scissors. I'm going to have to trim that a bit. It's just a bit too much for it, but that's all right. I'm not worried. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. No, I think that's fine. Yep, we're fine. Look at that. Even that little piece there. Look, I might have to put a bit of glue on that. Oh look, I've got glue. I've got pieces glued to the top of me. Let's get rid of those. Don't want them sitting there for the next time I use it. So let's bring in these my bin and get rid of all of these, because you know what they're like. They're all gluey, so they're going to stick to everything, aren't they? Okay, good. Right, so now let's bring in our little thingy here, and then that's going to go on the top of that. Do you think we need a bit of ribbon? I do. What have I got ribbon wise? Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Oh, this might be nice. This, yes, this is Purple Posy ribbon, and Purple Posy is one of our in colours. And as you can see, it's a sort of a purpley colour, as it says. Right, so we'll put that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my snail. I'm going to run that down there, and that down there. I'm going to put that there like that. that over there, fold that over there. I'll cut that end off in a minute, just make sure it's straight, that's good. So let's just cut that end off there, so we haven't got too much. Now I'm going to bring in my card base. And that's going to sit there like that. So let's put some glue on the back of here. Make sure I've got this the right way up. Yeah, I have. It's going to sit on here like so. Just a tiny, tiny weeny little gap of very vanilla all the way round the edge. Okay, so that's that. Let's just turn it over, give it a good rub. Make sure it's down. Good. Lovely. Now we're going to put this on here. So I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. And I'm going to put both pieces on with dimensionals. Now because I've got the ribbon there, I need to leave a little gap for the ribbon. But also this will anchor the ribbon in place. So I'm just doing this like so. Desk is looking like a bombsy tip, but that's the good sign of a good crafting session, you know. I always think. Untidy desk, good craft. Now shall I put that up the top or shall I put it at the bottom? No, put it at the top. I'm going to put it to one side, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put it to one side like so. And then I'm going to put some more on the back of here, so it's really popped up. Lovely, that is nice, I like that a lot. Let me just clear these things, because I know what will happen. I will get up, they will blow everywhere, and before I know it, I'll be walking them all over the house. Do you do that? Do you find them in funny places? I found one in my fridge the other day. No idea how it got there. Who put that there? Mr. Nobody. Right, there we go. So, shall we put some bling on it? I think so. I was also thinking, I wonder whether I could put a little knot, a little bow knot. Let's see if this will tie a knot. Well, I can't tie it with that, that's too small. Just leave it on the reel. I've got it on a reel on my pegboard, so I can just pull it down. So let's make a little knot. I'm not bothered about the this going through the post, because I'm going to go and give it to one of my neighbours who is self-isolating at the moment. So this will cheer her up no end, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's a nice little knot. So then I'm going to, shall I make a little fishtail? Yeah, little fishtail. And a little fishtail that end. What do you think? That looks good on there. Yeah, I think it looks lovely. Good idea. Right, so I need to put that on with something, so I need some glue dots. Bring in some glue dots. So I think I'm probably going to put 2 on because it looks like, because it's quite a big knot. Pushing it down really hard. There we go. My little bow. Now, shall I put some bling on there? What do you think? Go on, you know we can, so let's. Where's my bling box? I've had to tidy up and sometimes I can't find things when I tidy up. Oh, here we go. Here's an already opened packet. So let's bring in a pokey tool. Somewhere I've got my pick-me-up tool, but with the gluey end. But at the minute it's not handy, and I want to finish this. So let's put a little one on there, on the eyes. Put up there. Oh, fingers, Wendy. Okay. And then I think what I'll do is I'll use some of the bigger ones just to pop about, like so, just to give it a bit of a over this side, shall we? What do you think? Another one? So it's odd numbers? Yeah, there we go. So, there we go. There's our card. And we used the tags in bloom, and we used the Scrappy Strip technique. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But there we go. So I hope you like this card. Why don't you have a go and see what colours you can come up with? Thank you very much for watching. I will do a blog post, and I'll post a close-up of my picture in case you can't see it very well. Thank you. Bye.